Welcome, everyone. Today is Saturday, which means it is time for some vinyasa. We are going to focus on building up the core muscles, doing some balancing poses, which involve the core muscles, and emphasize the thighs, both stretching and building muscle tone in the thighs, which means a lot of nice floor work and standing poses. So it should be a good mishmash of practice. As always, you should rest when you need to, or maybe you're going to do an extra push up if you're really into working hard today. So just consider that you can customize the practice according to your needs. And I encourage you to do so, but only go harder if you're staying with the fluid breath. And if you're not staying with the fluid breath, that's a good idea to do less with the practice. And actually, you're doing more with the breath. So therefore, getting the most out of the practice. Uh, I didn't have my mat out. I just wanted to start on time. So I often practice without a mat, but I encourage you to have one. However, there are many yoga poses that you don't need a mat for. My bones are pretty hardy. The recline stuff might feel a little uncomfortable for me, but I feel good on hard surfaces. But use as much padding as you want, especially because we're going to be again recline. So go ahead and lay on down. And just relax. Take deep breath. And take deeper breath. Start with the simple tree pose, bending the right leg and centering the left thigh. Option to take the arms overhead and take deep breath. And go ahead. Now lift the right knee. Take both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. And gently rock. Feet to the ground. Extend the right leg. Open the left knee, tree. And after you've relaxed and warmed up the hips, we'll come back to knees to chest. And then extend the legs. Keep the legs somewhat high so there's not too much pressure on your sacrum. And come back to knees to chest and repeat that. So this is helpful for me on the harder floor. And for some people, even with lots of padding, the leg extension where the feet go all the way down is too much on the sacrum or the iliac spine, the back of the hips. So this higher variation is good. It's also good just because it's working the muscles in a similar but different way. Let's keep going. And we always want to be working our muscles in different ways because that's what keeps the body most healthy. The term overuse injury, that's referring to using the muscles in a monotonous way and not having good variety in how we access our muscles, often lacking strength in different and little muscles, creating overuse injuries. All right, and when we feel nice and strong in the core, we'll let the hips relax again, feet down, open the knees, butterfly. This is one of the best poses, just to chill. I like doing this in bed. The blankets holding the knees down will stretch you a little extra. If you have a small and maybe cluttered home and you don't have a proper space for yoga, or if you're ever in a cramped hotel room, you can always use your bed for reclined hip openers. So there's no excuse to not do at least a little bit of stretching in yoga each day. Good, and then we're going to circle the knees out and wide and in, and then take some bicycle movements. We take one elbow to the knee and then the other, and keep going side to side. And relax. Feet to the ground. Now make the feet wide and do a little windshield. You bend one knee in and then the other, and keep going. And when you're ready, come back to center. Heel toe the feet together. Knees to chest. And let's go ahead and rock on that. Draw the hips back. Sit really tall and lift the arms. Dandasana. Gaining strength in the spine, openness, and muscle tone in the shoulders. Good. And then next is the VC or Navasana. So go ahead, make sure you're centered on your sitting bones, knees and chest lift, point the ankles, and take Navasana. And then lower to a low Navasana and do a swim. And rest. Deep breath. Yeah, knees to chest. Roll on up. Sitting bones back. Sit very tall. And go ahead and take Navasana one more time. And then this time we're going to transition to Dandasana. So this is the blatant core work, and we're going to transition to the subtle core strengthening, working more on strengthening the back in Dandasana. So flex the feet, move the arms and the legs like a seesaw, and sit up really tall and really lift the chest. Notice how this is still working the core, but it's more subtle, yet still powerful, especially if you really apply yourself. Very good. And then relaxing the arms. Let's switch to the hands and knees and roll out the back. Gaining fluidity each time we roll. And then roll the back. Hold the roll. Tuck the tailbone extra to feel the abs. Lift the knees just a tiny bit. Really tuck into it. Part the shoulder blades, push into the hands. And knees down. Lengthen the spine. And we'll do dog pose. And we'll try and pass through that roll with the squeezing of the core as we lower to cat. And then lengthen to neutral. And push back. So when we're doing this dog and cat, we want to feel that same squeeze of the abs as we're rounding deep and lowering the knees. And it helps to look at the knees. So the rounding of the back is emphasized by the tucking of the chin. So you watch the knees lower as you're bringing the shoulders above the wrists, and then lengthen to neutral. Keep that really long spine as you push back. Do a couple more. Very basic movement, but if you go deep with it, you work the abs in a powerful way. Very good. When we're done with that, we're going to take a dog and pedal the dog. And press through the heels. And walk or lightly hop to the top of the mat, half lift, and full fold. Straight back lift. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms relax. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Standing pose, Samastitihi. And again, chair pose. Now, if your shoulders hurt, you can just lift the arms a little. If your knees are sore, you don't have to sit low. If it feels good, you want to engage in the arms and sit low into the hips. Not lower than the knees, but the hips just a little bit higher than the knees. Weight in the heels, so you're building up the upper hamstrings and glutes as well as the quads. Breathe. And then transition to plank pose. Now we use a lift out of the shoulders to not sink into those joints, but we also firm the legs and push back through the heels to maximize the core, including the core that's in the upper legs. Breathe. And then knees down. Release all the way. Inhale. Easy Cobra. And take repetitions of easy Cobra. Warming up the back and toning those muscles, opening up in the chest. And then taking Cobra, using the arms a little bit. And exhale, release. Bring the hands a little lower. You could just lift to neutral, otherwise take upward dog. And then use the core, downward dog. And walk or hop, feet to hands. Half lift and full fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Standing pose, Samastitihi. And then we're going to do a chair, but don't lean forward. Shoulders stay above the wrists. Either stay like this or lift the heels and do the balancing chair. Strengthening the calves and the quads. Shoulders back, abs in. Steady eye gaze, still breathing. Good, and then neutral or standing arch, abs in either way. Plank position. Top of a push-up, and again, firming the legs, building the core, breathing. And knees down, lower all the way. Rounds of easy locust. Legs and chest lift 5 times. Keeping the elbows neutral. The chest broadening at the top of the lift as you lightly spiral in the thighs. And then take Cobra. Exhale, lower, and then up dog, or just lift to neutral as you like. Up dog, downward dog. And then walk or hop, feet to hands. Half lift and full fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Standing pose, Samastitihi. And balancing chair one more time. Standing arch, abs in. Plank pose. Side plank. You could do knee down or kickstand, otherwise legs together, left arm up. Come on down and switch sides. Breathing, lifting out of the shoulder. Come back to plank. And then add either Cobra or up dog. Down dog. Walk or lightly hop up. Half lift, full fold. Chair pose. Standing pose. And we're going to do chair one more time. Getting warm in the body. When ready, go deep, Utkatasana. Plank position. And again, side plank. An easy form, a medium form, or legs together. And if you like, add a push-up between the rounds. Deep breath. Adding that push-up. And then coming back to down dog. Let's take a little child. Take rest and catch your breath. Soften your shoulders and let your head be very neutral, both in terms of the physical placement, so the neck's relaxed, and also have an objective mind, not attached to whether you feel really strong today or need to hold back, just being present and grateful that you are indeed taking time to practice. And come back to hands and knees. And let's go ahead and turn to the side and walk or hop the feet apart. Stretching in the legs, opening in the toes, breathing through the nose. A little bend to the knees and come on up. And open the right foot, turn the back foot in, arms open, bend the knee and open the knee, leveling the hips, abs in, warrior. And relaxing arms and legs, let's do the other side. Opening the left knee, bending the knee above the ankle, not too far, but far enough. The body often will lean, but it's best to level the hips And just stand tall, warrior. And then relaxing the arms and legs and opening that right foot and turning the back foot in. We're going to do warrior again. And then lengthen the leg, 1, bend the knee, and do a couple more. Lengthen the leg, bend the knee, lengthen the leg, bend the knee. Hold. Breathe. And switch sides. Turn the back foot in, open the left foot, spreading the toes. Warrior 2, and then lengthen the leg once, bend the knee, and do that a couple more times. Lengthen the leg, bend, keep the core and the torso exactly as is. And then bend and hold. Notice how we're strengthening the thighs, but also becoming flexible in the hips. And the arms are nice and long. There's a nice balance of lengthening and muscle tone as we build meditation with the breath. And relaxing the arms and legs. And bringing the feet in a bit, opening the toes, bending the knees, and stand. Bending the knees, and stand. Couple more rounds. And then bend the knees and hold. And stand on up tall. Slowly bring the feet in. Come back to center. And then stretching the right thigh. Hug the knees in. Either hold the wall or lift the left arm. Very good. Let's do the other side. Breathing and releasing. Let's transition back to the front of the mat. Parallel feet. Legs are nice and refreshed, so we're ready for another chair pose. Plank pose. You can go right to down dog or work through the up dog, down dog. Step in almost like slow motion, right foot up, crescent. And come on up into the nice crescent lunge. Here we're stretching the back inner thigh while toning in the front quad and glute. And then take the hands down and add a nice twist. And come on down and glide back to downward dog. And left side, light step up. Crescent lunge. Deep breath. And hands down. Right hand turns to the right, left arm up. And come on down. Glide back, down dog. And if you like, you can take a nice little up dog, down dog. And then again, slow motion, use the core more. Right foot up. Warrior one. And then touch near the heel and draw in to lift 3 times. Very good. Sit low into it. Strong back leg. Square the hips for a stretch. Breathe. And if you like, add in the Vinyasa flow. Left side steps up. Light step. Warrior one. And squaring the hips. Touch near the heel 3 times. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Option to take the extra chaturanga, down dog. Slow motion step, very, very light. Crescent lunge into a half bind. You could do the gentle twist like we did already. Otherwise, wrapping the arms, opening the chest, firming the back leg, breathe. Exhale, unwind. Bring the hands forward, lift the back leg. Stay like this or add half moon. Come on down and transition back to crescent. You may need to take 2 steps if one long step is too far. Come on up slowly. Firm the back leg, sit low into it to strengthen and stretch to the fullest capabilities. And then if you like, adding in the Vinyasa. Hug the arms in. Use the core. Breathe. Slow motion step. Ever so light. Left side up. Crescent lunge. Back leg strong. And twisting to the left. Unravel. Place the hands up. Lift the back leg. Open up into half moon. Come on down. Slowly step back. Very long step back. And rise up again to crescent lunge. Sitting low and standing tall. Exhale, Vinyasa. You could just go right to down dog. You want the abs hugging the spine. And then you release a bit through the upper abs while drawing in the lower core through the up dog. Down dog. And walk or hop up. Feet to hands. Then fold the arms into each other. Let yourself stretch down and rest. If you struggle with flexibility in your back, have wider legs and or bend the knees. It's good for the hamstrings as well. Transition to chair. And then standing. Bring the feet together, the hands in prayer. And then bend low. If the knees hurt, you can just do a twist very simply like this. Otherwise, it's good to bend really low. Then you can get a deeper twist with the elbow hooking and the hands in prayer. Rotated chair. Other side. Come back to center. Place the hands to ground. Either go right to down dog or child, otherwise vinyasa. With the optional extra dip, using the abs the whole time. Breathing. Knees down. Let's go ahead and turn to the side and then walk or hop the feet apart. Hips draw back. A little softening to the knees. Come on up. And open up the right foot. Turn the back foot up. Again, warrior two. Neutral lift. Side angle, abs in. Reverse warrior, either neutral lift as a modification or a deeper stretch back, still lunging through that right leg. And then side angle, deeper, or the first variation that we did before. Opening in the chest. Back to warrior two. And switching sides. Turn the back foot up. Opening the left foot. Spreading the toes. Warrior two. Abs in, neutral lift. Left arm up. Side angle. Left arm down, right arm up. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Back to warrior two. And then let it all relax. We're going to do one more round of the goddess where you hug the feet in or squeeze the feet in, open the toes, and then 3 times bend the knees. Very good. Now we're going to bend the knees and hold. Keep holding the knees. If you have sciatic pain or just pain in the back, push down on the glutes. Otherwise, the arms lift. Shoulders low, chest tall, abs in, sit low, breathe deep. Very good. And then come on up and relax the arms. Slowly bring the feet closer together until you're ready to stand. And do that standing thigh stretch one more time. And either stay like this or touch the floor. You could lean against the wall. You want to let the thigh lift, but keeping the heel into the glute so you're not flaring and doing a dancer. You're prioritizing the stretch of the quad. If your hamstring's tight, put a bend in the standing leg. And that's really helpful for standing up with control. Give that a try. Keep holding the stretch in the back leg. And then switch to the other leg. The knee tends to flare. It's better to hug it in if you can. And it also is commonly forward. If the knees are just sort of matching each other from the upper leg bone up, then that's nice. And we'll either stay like this. You can lean part way or halfway against the wall. Otherwise, touch the floor, stretch deep, and breathe even deeper. For standing up, a little bend in the standing legs, very good for balance. Come on up, keep stretching the back thigh. Very good. Release. Let's go ahead and take a standing arch facing the front of the mat. Neutral's fine, abs in either way. Plank. And switch to elbow plank. Drop the hips and tuck the glutes. And then switch to the Sphinx, reaching back to the feet. And if you like to, lengthen the arms. And come on down. Left arm under head, stretching the right thigh. Deep breath. And switching to sides. Nice deep stretch and deep breath as well. Very good. And then we're going to switch to doing sustained Cobra. You can do the Sphinx again if you prefer. A little softness in the elbows. We're aiming to feel buoyant in the chest. Feeling of rising in the sternum. Exhale, release. You could go back to stretching one thigh at a time and take your time with that. But if you feel like you're able to stretch both thighs and do the full frog, let's give that a try. So it's not bow, right? We're staying down with the body and pressing the heels against the side of the glutes. The heels can go a little wide even, so it's almost like Virasana where the thighs roll in. And you press the front of the hips down to really emphasize the neutral spine and the deeper thigh stretch. There is an option to lift the chest. Again, still not bow. People get the two confused. But you can strengthen the back, lift and open the chest a little more while pressing the feet down strongly. It becomes a little more of a strengthening pose, wall stretching, full frog. And take a nice, well-deserved release. And let's segue to a downward dog. And either walk and carefully sit down or very lightly jump cross-legged, legs through, hips back, sit super tall, and then lift the arms. Reach with the heart, stretch forward, neutral neck. Release. Forward bend. And scoot up. When you're ready, roll onto the back. Knees to chest. And then take recline cross-legged, Supta Sukhasana. You have the right foot crossed in. You can open the knees. Deep breath. And just enjoying how this is a great stretch for the hips, but also stretching and releasing those hard worked thighs. Let's switch to sides. You can use the opposite hand to tuck the inner foot deeper in. You want both legs tucked in pretty good, but not hanging up on each other. So if your ankles are crossing or your shins are crossing, that's good if your knees are sore. And it will prevent you from going out and down as much. But it's not as good if your knees feel good and you want the deepest possible stretch. Arrange your arms however you like, and let this be like a reclined meditation with the focus on rhythmic breathing. When ready, knees to chest. Open the arms, take the legs to the left, upper body twist to the right. And other side. Keep grounding through the shoulders and integrate the twist into all parts of the spine, mid and upper back, as well as the hips and low back. Now, sometimes one side needs a lot of extra time. You can always do it twice or hold it extra long. But if you feel done and equal on both sides, take your Shavasana. In these live streams, we do Shavasana somewhat briefly, a few minutes. You're welcome to turn the volume off, close the computer even, and do 15 minutes, maybe 10. Otherwise, we'll do a few together with this sense of softening. The eyes are closed, all the muscles around the eyes are softening. Torso and limbs, hands and feet, just relax and let go. The breath is soft. And you take this time just to be. When you're ready, deepen the breath. Slowly come back to the body. Take knees to chest and a comfortable seat. Let's do a clearing breath in rounds of Om. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. And then inhale for Om. 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 Namaste. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. These classes are fueled by donation, so please check out the description below. You can also see my website, other offerings I'm doing, and my cycling channel. So please check out everything that I've got going on. Send a donation or send this video to a friend and keep the good vibes going. Also, subscription, commenting, liking, and those things on Facebook. I always post these to Facebook. Is very, very helpful. When I do the live stream, they get saved as a download, although it takes between 6 and 12 hours for it to show up in the uploads. I can get the link right away, and I put that on Facebook right away. So check that out. If you watch these like middle of the day, but you notice it takes about a day for it to pop up, you can always find me on social media and check out those links that I post. Like and comment on those. Those do not show up in the algorithm very easily because anything that has a YouTube link is likely suppressed unless it's argumentative and gets people outraged in the comments. So, but you can find it on my public wall, and appreciate it greatly. Stay hydrated, eat good food, have good relationships as best you can. I know it's not easy all the time. I'll work on doing the same, leading by example, and look forward to more good trainings together next week. Ciao for now. Thank you.